This is complicated stuff. There is no easy answer to the problems of combining economic growth and environmental sustainability. No easy answer. We don't have an off-the-shelf, low-carbon energy system just to take on. Nor is it true that if farmers would just move to organics that everything would be fine. The world puts on 100 to 150 million metric tons of nitrogen a year for a reason. Not for fun, but because it raises crop yield significantly. So there are real issues about how to get this done. And my view is probably more than a lot of people, and they're not happy when I say it, that we need technological approaches to do this. And it seems very Faustian after all, because if technology has already ruined us, how can you turn to more technology? And the answer is that if we still had 1 billion people on the planet, I would turn to ethics first. But since we have 7 billion people on the planet, I'm going to turn to technology and then try to underpin it with ethics. In other words, I don't think that there are just the easy solutions. I think it's a pretty complicated question of how we enable energy to be used at large scale. And there's probably no one on this planet that loves his electricity more than I do. I really love electricity. And I work a lot in places that don't have it. And it's a hell. It's a hell. It's no joke. It's really a hell to try to live in a healthy way if you don't have electricity. And so when I think about all this carbon emission, and now let's add another 2 billion people to the world's electricity grid, that's hard. So we're going to have to be very clever in how we do this. Some of the things that are needed, low carbon energy, obviously, renewable energy, but major issues about how to handle intermittency and energy storage, but a lot of progress that's exciting. Perhaps carbon capture and sequestration, especially for China. But China says, well, that would be interesting, but just like the United States, it barely does anything to actually try it out. Same with India. We need and have a chance at much smarter vehicles, smart grids, much smarter behavior, so that we could be a lot more energy efficient, much smarter buildings as well. Sustainable agriculture is very complicated, very ecologically specific. I tend to believe that genetically modified crops will have a role to play in this, but that's anathema to a lot of people. And so this is something that needs to really be sorted carefully. I tend to believe we're not going to make it to low carbon energy, at least over a 30 or 40-year period, without continuing nuclear power. That's also anathema to a lot of people. These are not simple choices, though, when you actually get down to the quantification and the real choices and what do you do.